Yeah, I see that there, Bobby. I'm hesitant to take it pre-market too. All right, good morning, good morning. Let's see what we're looking at here today. Possible quick move at open. Looks like there's no real gap to be said to be seen overnight on either the ES or the Nasdaq there. So for today on the ES, looks like 84 to 88 support, possible move up to the 4303, which is already kind of pushing up into that area there. Got about 6 minutes here until the market opens. Maybe a quick move higher here at open. Going to be a little more patient today with our entries, just to make sure we don't do anything stupid. All right, just get everything settled here. Definitely looking like we're ready to break out here on the on both this morning. Let's see here. Make sure we got everything turned on here with the right settings. Let's make sure these all are correctly here. Not like any of them are. Heard the dog chewing on something and had to take a quick look. He was chewing on his bone. All right, yeah, we're going to be looking to be a little more, I don't want to say patient, but just a little more, we want to try to take moves today that make sense. And yesterday we certainly took some moves that didn't make sense, so. See if we get this pullback here to this 20 SMA possible VWAP. I always like to get a pullback to the VWAP for a little bit of a push higher right here at open. It's always nice. Actually, let's put this here. Yeah, we kind of sold off there overnight. Then once we got to 4 a.m., which seems to be the magic hour for whatever reason, I guess the London Open, then we just kind of pumped out of it. Got back to the close of day. Got a pivot here on the Nasdaq. Looks like it's at is that the net? Hold on, let me take a look here. Got a pivot at the 599 level there on the Nasdaq. Kind of hit that pivot and rejected. ES, where's the pivot at on the ES here? To the downside, we have a pivot at the 84. That's kind of where that major support is. To the upside, 4,300. So we got about a minute here before the market opens. See what we get. Maybe looking to jump in here for a possible move up or whatever the market offers us here. See what we get. Moving below the 20 SMA here. Possible move back here to this VWAP. All right, here we go. Again, that pivots at 600 on the Nasdaq here. All right, long here on the Nas. All right, now we're at break even. Just going to let this one run. Well, actually, we're not going to let it run. We're going to trace this one up because we are on the Apex account here. Boom. There you go. Quick little $575 winner right off the rip. We did. We took 2 contracts there on the Nasdaq. Got back almost half of the loss from yesterday right away on the $574 right quick there, right out of the gate on the Apex account, as you can see. I did not have time to click the buy button on the ES. I was going to, but that was the plan, but didn't have time. So that was a nice little trade right there. Nice little ripper at the open. Kind of what we expected. Nice. Still going to the moon here. Still, I should have probably moved my target up on that runner. Yeah. All right, feels bad right here at the open. Took the long, and then, I mean, I can't complain about a $574, $600 move, but what do we get, 580 out of that? Can't complain about it, but it's just, you know, don't really want to, wow. I mean, we're along from like the 607s here, so we're could be up 40, 50 handles here. Should have moved that target up. Should have definitely moved it up, but that's all right. So just taking that trade right there out of the open, getting 580 quick dollars. ES trying to break through the 4,300 here. Dollar selling off there during that move. Had that second pivot up there at the 638. So I guess I could have set that as my target, but I didn't even look that high, to be honest. ES kind of lagging here. It's not quite, you know, it bounced right off the VWAP, which would be a perfect entry, as did the Nasdaq there. So could have got long off the VWAP on the ES at 92, 93. You'd be up 5 handles right now, but I think I might. I don't know. Should I just close the Apex account for the day and just concentrate on the Top Step? Thank you there, Bobby. It's exactly kind of what we were looking for at open. That open move is usually when I make my best trades, just because it's, you know, it's pretty simple. You just see which direction it's going and jump in. So I don't know. I'm thinking about just closing the Apex account for the day and just locking in the 574, maybe opening it back up this afternoon, and only trade the not just trade the ES, but just trade the step 2 on Top Step there. Wow, is this going to make a 100-point move right out of open? Feels bad. And there's that 4,300 level on the ES. There's a pivot on the ES at 4,350 cents, 4,325 cents. So if we get above that 4,300, possible move today to 4,315 looks like. But this could just be a bit of a fake out move up here, kind of like we had yesterday, and then just kind of reject it. It's kind of what I'm thinking. Could just pull back here and retrace this entire move. All right, well, let's just be patient here. Look for our next move here. See what happens. Yeah, this is why it's so stupid for me to do those trades that I did yesterday afternoon where I lost $1,200, because it's so easy. I mean, like, it's no point in doing that. You may as well just take the easy money and be on your way. Yeah, I was up 1,800 at that point, at one point yesterday, and this would have put me at 2,300. But that's all right. I mean, you know, hindsight's 20/20 always. So We're gonna let this thing settle down and see what we can do. All right. Yeah. All right. Bulls want to keep this above 42.88. Possible move up to the 43.15s on the ES. Multiple accounts would be nice. Well, let's just kind of be patient here and look for the next nice setup. All right, let's see what happens here on the NQ. Kind of getting this pullback here, possibly setting up for just another leg higher. Got to get the ES to kind of go with it here, though. I'm going to go ahead and switch these around. We're going to put top step on the NQ because I'm more comfortable trading the NQ. And just going to put the ES over here. Doesn't mean we're not going to take any trades on the ES. We might. Just depends on which one shows us the setup. Let's make sure we got the right profit here. No, that's wrong. All right. Let's look for this next possible breakout. Pulled back into this fair value gap here. Thinking about jumping in long here for this push up. The ES is pushing up to the 43.03s here. If we can get that ES over that 43.03 level, then I think the NAS goes with it. Kind of missed the entry on this one. Probably should have been trying to enter down there 20 or 30 points sooner. So for that reason, I think I'm going to wait here. Unless the ES really just breaks out strong. All right, let's see what happens here. I'm going to go ahead and take the long here. I feel like we're going to push. Stop will be at break even pretty quickly here, though. Once we cross 100, all right, stops at break even. See if we can't get this push higher. Kind of trailed my stop a little too close there. Way too close. I don't know why I did that. I got to give it room. I tried to be patient on that first trade and not move my stop until, you know, the right time. But that trade there, I did not display my patience. I displayed the lack of patience, that's for sure. Bobby, get those 20 Apex accounts. Copy trade them and get those huge winning days. Hey, I wouldn't mind those 20 Apex accounts like Nutty Bar has, but man, it would be tough for me to trade the micros just mentally. I don't know why. Look at this, and it's going. Just, I don't know that I could trade the micros just because of the small money. I've tried the micros, and as crazy as it sounds, you know that, I don't know, $1 a point per micro on NQ 125, whatever it is. It just makes me hold my losers longer and not really hold. I still don't hold the winners. So as you can see, this trade would have worked out. Got in at 57. Move up here so far to 70. ES looking like a potential 43.15, 43.17 area for your second target of the day. Kind of trying to move. Man, I hate to buy here after I already bought in at the 57. Don't know that I want to buy in 10 points higher. Got to work on holding those trades. Got to work on it. Well, we're up $70 on the Top Step account. Nothing to write home about, but it's green so far. Didn't quite make it to the new high there, rejecting. ES made a new high, 43.04 1/4. Kind of pulling back here into this level. We just printed our first, I haven't been doing this. I didn't do it yesterday, but we'll go ahead and mark it out today anyway, just for reference. So this is the first 15-minute range. So the idea here is to take the trade once it breaks the range, but we do have some news at 10 a.m. I think it's the Canadian rate decision. I think is that at 10 a.m. Let me look and see here. And that could affect our market slightly. Let's just look at it and see if that's what it is. Yeah, rate decision at 10 a.m. for Canada. 10:30, that's crude oil. That's not really, it's not going to affect us very much. Yeah. So 10 a.m., some news, some Canadian news. We'll see what happens there. See the ES trying to approach the top of the range there. Nasdaq seeing what it can do as well. Of course, today we're going to be looking for that ICT silver bullet setup between 10 and 11. I've missed the silver bullet setup the last couple of days. Haven't done a good job of. Well, I recognized that I've actually entered the trade. I entered the trade one of those days and then didn't hold it. Didn't trust it. Got out. And of course, it did what it was supposed to do. It did that yesterday afternoon. I got in off of a order block. And I don't know, just didn't trust the trade. Got out for $12 and it went up 18 handles on the ES. I did take a small scalp during that 18 handle move up, but missing those entries really kind of tilts me. Because then I get in higher, I take a loser. Then I get into that revenge mode. So that's the type of stuff that we can't do. Can't allow ourselves to do that. Hey Bobby, are you trading? If you're trading, or I don't know if I've asked you that before. Are you in what type of account are you using? All right, getting this pullback here. I don't like the second test of the fair value gap as much as the first. So if I was going to take that entry, I really should have been taking it here at the 40s. This is the frustrating part. Got long at the 40s. It moved back up to 70, 30 handles there. Would have got, my full fill. Assuming I didn't move my stop up too quick. But let's take a look here and just see. My internet is just lagging this morning hard. Hopefully that's not affecting the stream there. I don't know. Doesn't seem that it is, but maybe. All right, kind of holding up here at the 50s. Got about 9 minutes for that rate decision to come out. If we break out before then, we may take it. ES trying to break out of that 15-minute range now. Made a new high there, 43.0475. Since the ES is breaking out, I almost want to take a long on the NAS. Just watching here. Want the ES to move out of that range strong. Just a little worried it might reject and move back into the range here. That's kind of what it's doing. Personal account. Yeah, nothing wrong with that. I got one of those. I got a personal account. I'm not using it at the moment. I want to get a little more consistent. I dumped some money into it and didn't do too well with it. So figured I'd try out these prop firms to try to develop a little more consistency. It looks like we're about to break out here, but just waiting for confirmation before we enter. Kind of had a little bit of a breakout there, false breakout. All right, kind of getting a pullback here, trading back into this fair value gap here. The ES holding up a little better here. Nasdaq dumping. Nasdaq is definitely dumping. We are above the VWAP and the 20 SMA though, so could have took a trade down maybe to the VWAP, but don't want to chase here. If we break through the VWAP strong, I'm going to be very careful because a lot of times you'll break through the VWAP 5 or 6 points and then bounce back up. So we also have that 600 psych level. Let's see here. All right, kind of respected that 20 SMA so far. Bounced out of it a little bit here. I really would expect this to move lower though. Yeah, I believe this might move lower here. Although the NAS is bouncing off that 20 SMA strong there. All right, kind of looking here to see. We're breaking through this, breaking through the VWAP there. Oh man, I want to take a short here. I really do. But I got burned on a short like this yesterday. We have news in 2 minutes, number one. And yesterday I took a short for the break of the VWAP, thinking it was going to continue strong down, and it bounced right out of it and stopped me out. So being that we have news in a few minutes here, and let's just wait for the break of this range. I think that's going to be the safer play here. Wait for the break of this range. Maybe even 90. Yeah, I think the break of the range is going to be the safest entry. We'll see what happens if the Canadian news here does anything. Say what? All right, see, this is what I'm talking about. Bounced right out of there. Bounced right out of there. Possibly for this move back down. Bouncing back up into this fair value gap. We'll go ahead and outline that gap just for reference. We have one here. That's a relatively small gap. I mean, this may not do anything to our market. I don't know. You just never know. Just be careful with it. It could have some impact here. So just want to be aware of it. See if it does anything. Working on another fair value gap there. We got one on the 1 minute chart. All right, there's 10 o'clock. Kind of getting a dump down here, a little push down. All right, we have another gap that just filled or just formed here. Boom. I don't like shorting above the VWAP, but if I was going to take this short, then it would certainly make the most sense to take it up in this area. See how price reacts to this gap here, whether it respects it or not. ES trying to push back up here also. Something to be aware of. Dollar still selling off. Right here at this pivot on the NQ at 638. So we do have this pivot in this area and a fair value gap, bearish fair value gap. So, man, I want to take this short. Yeah, I should really be taking this entry here. But the problem is I just don't trust it 100%. But because we are above the VWAP and the 20 SMA, so you could bounce out of here as well. Could bounce out of here. Let me see. And now I kind of feel like I missed the entry. It's got to go. I think I'm going to go with my original plan. Let's wait for it to break. It has to cleanly break VWAP. And then we have to be aware of the 600 level down here. Because you could bounce here at the 600 psych level. So let's just wait for the break out of this zone. If I was going to take this short, the entry would have been up here at the 32 level. I just didn't trust it. So let's give it a few minutes. Welcome everybody to the stream. If you haven't already, hit that like button for me. Subscribe if you're not subscribed. Helps out the channel. Appreciate it. Currently up $574 in our Apex account. We took one trade right out of the open on that one. You can see for this push up. Did not take the trade on the step 2 of the Top Step account. So on the Top Step account now, kind of leaving that Apex account alone until this week, until this afternoon possibly. All right, breaking through here. Really didn't get a bounce at 600 at all. ES also trying to break down. Well, I guess it overshot the 600 level now, and now we're getting a little bit of a bounce out of there. All right, if it starts to push back down here, break of 95, we're going to take the short. 95 kind of the bottom of the range there. It's kind of going to give us confirmation that we're breaking the 600 level strong. And it should take us out of the range. So, yeah, 15-minute range here I have marked out on my box here. I don't really like how the ES, I'm going to take that order off the book right now just because I don't like how the ES is bouncing out of there. We'll eyeball it here and manually enter if we need to. ES bouncing off the bottom of that range, back up to the VWAP now. Actually might be a decent entry there short on the NAS, or on the ES. Bounce back up to the VWAP. Trading back up into the range here, back above 600. That's why I'm taking the short there was going to be, you know, you got to have confirmation that we're out of this range. Got to have some confirmation. Just trying to be patient here. Kind of just pierced that low from the morning and then just bounced right out of there to the VWAP. Might, you know, you got the ES pushing up there already above the SMA and the VWAP. Nasdaq lagging just a little bit here. Looking like we might get a reversal, a little breakout here, but we do have that bearish fair value gap above to be aware of. Now we have crossed over the 10 o'clock hour. So your ICT silver bullet setup is you really want to have a sweep of some sort of liquidity. So I have liquidity resting below the opening low here, so we swept that. So possible move back up to the upside here if we, you know, if we get some displacement and create a fair value gap, then we may take a long for the move up. But this could just be, you know, it may not give that to us at this point in time. We may have to wait a little later on. This might continue to move down. Do have a pivot point to the downside on the Nasdaq at the 71 level there. So something to be aware of there. Somewhere down here in the 70, 71 level. Another pivot. The ES, the pivot is going to be all the way down at the 84s where that major support is. So trade back into this 84 to 88 level on the ES. Kind of a bounce zone here. So maybe we just mark that out just to have it there. If we lose the 84 to 88 level, then we're going to expect a pretty big sell-off here. So I'm just marking that out as sort of a bounce zone possible on the ES there. So we're aware of it. All right, being held down right now by the VWAP. Pretty strong here. Kind of getting some consolidation here in this area. Hey, Crypto Dylan, how's it going? Bartholomew, good morning. The Horse Crew. the horse crew is here. Holding down here at the holding it down here at the VWAP on the NQ there. Looking to get a break out of this range or possibly a move up. In order for me to be long on a move up, really going to have to break this 50, 55 level. Kind of some uncertainty here at the bottom. ES is holding up at the VWAP here. Trying to push up. Tested 92. We did bounce here earlier, obviously at open. That 92 level. So it might not be a bad idea to get in long. If the ES starts pushing, maybe we take a long on the NAS, maybe trailing our stop up and just being aware of this fair value gap here. Yeah, I'm green on the day right now, crypto. I think, let me see here. You should be able to see it on there. 574 on top step. I took this long off the open with 2 contracts. Took one off there at 9 handles and then took the other one at 20. So 580 there. Haven't taken another trade on that one since. Kind of letting that one rest since I lost $1,200 on that account yesterday. And today I took one small scalper on the ES or the NAS here on the top step 2. So can this move up here on the ES here, breaking through the SMA there. I don't know, maybe I'm thinking, I really thinking of taking this long here, but you know, ES is breaking out. You would think the NQ is going to follow here. Get above that. All right, we'll go ahead and take a long here. Ride this momentum up. Short stop. Let's see, we're long from 22. All right, may have gotten in a little soon here, but let's push. Almost want to give this a little bit more room, to be honest. Yeah, I'm going to give this a little more room here. Don't want to get stopped out here with this short stop that I'm normally work with, but ES is going, or trying at least. All right, let me kill it here. Gotta go right here. Gotta go, gotta go. ES is not really going at this point. All right, I'm just going to take that off right there. We're just going to eat the loss. Kind of a kind of a false breakout there. Lost 230 on it. That's all right. Just look for the next entry. ICT crypto, I use some of his concepts. I just I don't use I don't I just use the fair value gap entries from time to time, and then I'm aware of the gaps. And then I like the silver bullet setup that he teaches. But as far as 100%, no, I mean, obviously I use breakout, price action. Mostly I trade price action. But I have watched ICT's videos. Yeah, this is probably a pretty bad misread on my part. I mean, these wicks I really shouldn't have been entering, but it looked like kind of looked like the ES was going to break out there. My original bias on this particular setup was short. I was trying to wait for this break out of this 15-minute range, break through the 600 level strong. See if we can't break this 90 level strong here. Maybe look for a short. All right, now the ES is kind of following here. Let's see. Really want to get through that 95 level strong here. Don't want to see it kind of bounce back up. Need to break that. All right, let's try the short here. See if we can't get our money back from our loser. Starts to sell off strong here. May move this target down a little bit. Stop's going to be at break even at this point. Try to give this room to work. Don't want to trail it down too quick. All right, now we're going to lock in 5 or 6 handles there. Locking in a little more. Give it room here. Might get a bounce. All right, so that pretty much gets us back to even there. This could be what we're looking for here in a moment. May re-enter if this, creates this fair value gap to the downside that it's working on, and maybe trades back up into it. We'll look for that sell off there. Kind of bounced off that pivot at 72, which is kind of what I was expecting there. Should have probably given it a little more room. Oh. Right. Crypto Dylan, yeah, you're on the West Coast. Yeah, that means you'd be getting up a little earlier, huh? Guess it's okay to sleep in if you're making some nice money every day anyway. All right, let's see what happens here. See if let's kind of bounce right off that pivot area. ES is also bouncing. All right, I got our very small fair value gap here on a 3-minute chart there. Yeah, I'm in Nutty Bar stream now, crypto. I jump in there. That's why I got the headphones on. Sometimes I'll listen to other people's streams and, you know. I like to, you know, I listen to, I mean, it's boring. I mean, obviously, you sitting here trading. Sometimes you don't have anybody to talk to. So, got nothing going on. You may as well listen to somebody, you know. All right, well, let's see if this thing will trade back up into that gap possibly. We have, it did trade back up into the gap on the 1-minute chart, but I don't trust that chart as well. I don't trust that lower time frame quite as much. Yeah, I wouldn't mind hopping in your Discord if you want to drop the link to it there, or if you want to. Well, I don't know how you could send me a message. If you want to keep it private, I guess you could. I do have a TikTok. You can message me on TikTok, or it's just methodical_man. Can you send messages? I don't think you can send messages on YouTube, can you? Haven't created any other social media for the account yet, so. Need to get that done. Need to do it. Do you guys just chat in the Discord, or are you guys someone live in there speaking? Kind of getting a little pushback up here. Oh, look at me there. I'm not even paying attention. There's another. This is probably the one that would probably be used. You can go ahead and, well, you can kind of remove this off the 15-minute chart. We've traded out of it. Haven't really broken the 15-minute range on the ES yet. It's holding up a little better than the Nasdaq is today. Okay, sounds good, Crypto Dylan. I'll be looking for that. Well, this might just continue on down without us. Kind of figured this was going to continue down, but I knew that I was just trying to catch this quick move, thinking that it's probably going to trade back up into this area anyway. So I did offer an entry there on the 1 minute. 2 minute, we got a fair value gap on the 2 minute too, but did not, well, actually may have made it back up into the 2 minute gap too. I didn't even notice that. Goodness. At what point do you just hit the buy button here? Looks like it wants that low a day there. I hate chasing it though. Oh man, they don't even. My charts are so messed up from yesterday when I got on here. The everything was gone off the charts. Oh, oops. I didn't mean to do that. Goodness, this looks like it wants the low a day there. ES approaching this support level here. Possible bounce area, but I think the NQ here is going to sell through the low a day. I almost just want to take it for the chase of low of day, but be my luck, I jump in down here and it's going to bounce. Let's just wait. Took everything in me. Oh, I don't follow you on TikTok. How do I undo that? I thought I had changed the privacy settings on TikTok so that anybody can message me, but maybe I didn't. Let's see. I'm assuming, I'm not going to say your name here on the stream, but I'm assuming you're the last one to had requested a follow there. All right, I went ahead and accepted that request. I need to figure out how to do that. Oh man, I want to really take a long right here because I don't think we're going to trade through this 84 level. I really don't. But don't want to guess. Quick bounce right there off of the 88 level. Yeah, we got this marked out here for the support here. I mean, it could get through here, but man, this is a major support here at 84. You got the pivot. You got quite a bit going on there. Go ahead and take this 15-minute range off here. I guess we could just put that this is, you know, we'll mark it, I don't know, this color. We don't get through 88 here, we bounce for sure. We keep that 4,300 and above in play for the bulls today. May wait till tomorrow, though, and you may wait till tomorrow to push back up into the 43.15 area. But thanks, Jack. So trying my best, man. Trying my best. Some good, some bad. Nutty saying that he went on tilt yesterday. I mean, I tilted pretty hard. I got off the stream with 5 minutes left before 4, down 280. Took a scalp trade, got it back to plus $30, and then promptly lost $1,275. Just going way too big for no reason. But not going to do that anymore. All right, I think I'm kind of getting validation for a bit of a reversal here. It's not really my style of trading. I don't really like trying to pick a bottom per se. But that's kind of what it looks like to me here. And the ES is just pushing out of here. Oh, goodness. I want to enter here on the NQ. Let's see. It broke 50. I don't know that it's going to hold it, though. Might try to take a quick entry here. All right, let's go. See if we can't get this push up. Gonna be kind of a quick, well, there's the problem with me. I don't want to risk it. It gets in the green and I'm like, all right, let's just take it. But that's the wrong way to be here. I got to give that a little room if I'm going to take that trade. Do we try it again? All right, let's try it again. We're gonna give it the room it needs this time. If it stops us out, it stops us out. 55. I'm not gonna be greedy here. I'm just gonna go for 10 points here. $200 possible here. See if we can't get this move up. All right, I'm gonna move to break even now. I know it's too soon, but cover the commission there. If it stops me out, then we're just gonna let it do what it do. There we go. All right, stopped out there. It's fine. Not gonna mess with it anymore there. It's not going. It's not going as fast as I want it to go, and that's not necessarily the market's fault. Pulling back in here a little bit to this 50 level. Holding the 50 level, though. Good luck on the evals there, Bartholomew. Like I said, this is not really my type of trading. I like to trade momentum, and trying to trade these reversals or finding a bottom. It's not something I typically do. I'm kind of glad I moved the stops up too quickly there. Actually, should have taken the long, for the break of this candle. Would have been a little small scalper there, but it's fine. ES is moving back towards this support box here. Let's see what happens. All right, looks like the NQ is trying to make a new low here. Obviously, we should have just been taking a short, huh? Instead of a long, instead of looking for the bottom. If we break this 84 level in the ES here, we'll definitely be looking for a short entry. All right, approaching this pivot at the 20 level, 1975 on the NQ there. See where the pivot on the ES is down at 84, so might just be a sell type of day here. I'm not sure. If we get through this area, then for sure. Making a move down to that 500 level. Should have been on the 10-second there, crypto. Yeah, maybe it would have been a little more clear. A little more clear. Could have got 10 points if I was looking at that 1 minute there. I don't know why I don't trust the 1 minute as much. I just don't sometimes. Faster information, that's for sure. Yes, testing this 85 level here. See if it's going to push through this pivot and this major support. Again, if it pushes through 84 here, we may just get short on the ES. I don't see how it doesn't sell back into the low 70s there. Possibly even to the 60s, maybe 74. All right, we're at this 500 level here on the NAS. I mean, this entry here is looking better and better. I got out of it because of the pivot here, thinking that we'd trade back up. Should have just held that. Shoulda, coulda, woulda. Everything's easy in hindsight, right? We're all rich in hindsight. Got 6 entries on this downtrend by me. That's good. I mean, I took 2 longs for small break evens, and I took a loser. So maybe I should have been looking at your entries. 1 short. All right, trying to test the 500 level now. And we're at the 84, important 84 level here on the ES. Hmm. Holding that 84 level here so far. All right. All right. Yeah, makes sense. Let me take a look, crypto Dylan, and see if the link came through. I don't have notifications on. I probably should. Yeah, I got the link here. We'll jump in there. I kind of wanted to take a short here when this traded back up into this gap, but I'm not quite sure if the ES is going to make it through that 84 level. All right, let's see here. All right, traded up into that gap. Now it's trying to move lower here. All right, this 84 level's getting tested here. That's got me a little more confident that this thing is going to just kind of continue to sell off here. If this thing breaks through 84, then we're going to get short. Question is, do we take the short on the ES or do we take it on the Nasdaq? Yeah, not too bad. I'm downloading the Discord app right now. Crypto Dylan, try to get in there, see what you guys got going on. All right, we're breaking through that level there. I'm still unsure whether I should be taking this on the ES or the NQ. Maybe should be taking it on the ES. All right, we're going to go ahead and take the short here on the ES. Looking for 77. See if we can get 5 handles. Yeah, the real entry on the NQ or the ES here would have been at the 87. I just wanted to see it get through that 84 level first. '84 is where the pivot is, and then see what NQ's got going on. NQ continue to just sell off here. Maybe I should have took the short on the NQ here. I don't know. Well, that's not a friendly looking bounce here. Might get stopped out here. This will be another one of those situations where should have been short where my stop is, you know. Should have been short where my stop is. I'm actually going to risk a little more here. We'll risk 300 on this trade. Let's give it a little more room. See if we can't get this sell through here. Well, there we go. Just trying to bounce through there, get through there, but it's kind of bouncing in that area. Okay, crypto, I just got that downloaded, so I'm gonna jump in there in a minute. I'm reducing the risk here a little bit. If I get stopped out, then I don't like the way this is looking. It's bouncing out of there, so yeah, I'm short from the 82 on the ES here. Looks like it's kind of bouncing out of this area. Don't like it too much, so about to get stopped out for a loss here. Stopped out for $200 on that one. All right, we're gonna stay away from the ES. I don't know why. I don't trade the ES as well. It may go down, but get out of that one for a small loser there. All right, welcome to the stream, everybody. If you haven't already, hit the subscribe button, like the video, and follow along. Turn on the notification bell so you know that when I go live. Hey, I'm live 5 days a week, 9:20 a.m. And then I will typically trade the afternoon, 2 to 4 p.m. hour. Big sell-off here on NQ. Try to be patient here, see if we can't get another winner here. Got stopped out there on the ES. I didn't have my stop wide enough. I knew it. I kind of knew that it really needed to be up here at that 94 level, but I just didn't want to risk that much. So even if I would have left it at 88, I would not have gotten stopped out here. And my entry was 92. So while I'd still be down on it, wouldn't be, you know. I don't like when I do that. I do that a lot on the ES. I'll let it run into the red, and then I'll just move my stop down. At a certain point, you could just buy this, and just if you can hold it, just let it run down here. So there we are, back to my entry, and of course, we're not in it anymore. So try to give this a little more room here. See if we can't run on into the downside here. Stop's going to be at break even. All right, there we go. We got that back. Got to stop having these losers. $285 on that trade. Now we're up $82 on this account again, which is basically where we were at. Where? Somewhere up here. Here, before we took that loss. Probably could just keep holding this, but you never know how low. I think 70. This is the frustrating part with my trading. I mean, oh man, I just want to kick myself. I mean, like, if I just I had my stop at 88. If I just leave it there, I never get stopped out. And we were short from 82 down to 78. So you're looking at a $400 swing there. Would have not had the $200 loser and would have had a, you know, at least a $200 winner. But these are the things we're working on. Trying to get better at. Not going to be perfect at it, but, you know, try my best. Just only using one contract on these moves. Come here. Oh, hold on a second. I got my... Come on. Come here. I was trying to show you guys my dog, but he's acting like he's scared of me at the moment. Oh, I think it's because I'm rolling in the chair. Come here. He's running from me. He's never done that before. I don't know if he thinks we're playing or what. Yeah, we'll show him later. All right. We're approaching that 50 level, which is where the pivot is on the Nasdaq there. 50, I don't know, what is it, 52, 50. So might see some level of resistance here. Let's kind of look over here at the ES, see what we got going on it. Got a pivot on the ES down there at the 74. So possibility of a bounce maybe in those areas. Want to get the Bulls want to get back in control here. They're going to have to get this back above 88. So I wouldn't have got the full 5 handles there. I guess that's because I was short from 82, and my take profit was going to be at 77 there. So I would have been only 3.5 handles, I guess, on that move. But it would have been some profit. I wouldn't have had the loss. That was the main thing. Could have had my stop at break even at this point and not had the loss. Let's see if 76 holds here. We lose that 76 level, and we're going to be selling for the most of the day here, I think. 76 level on the ES there. Although I'm not trading the ES, I'm not going to take another trade on the ES today. I don't know. I just don't have the patience for the ES. I want it to be quick and painful. Either give me my profits or give me my loser, right? Quick and painless, painful, whatever you want to call it, whichever way. Bouncing here at the 78 level. I mean, it's easy to look at this now and think, where's your short entry here? I mean, really here on the 3-minute chart. I mean, I guess this would be your silver bullet setup here in hindsight. You got a shift to the downside, traded back up into it, and then sold off. So if you got short at 86, you got down to 78, that's a good trade. I saw that. I didn't take that trade because of the fact that we're in this kind of support zone where you could possibly bounce. So I didn't take that trade there. 3-minute chart on the NQ. Again, something very similar here. It did trade into this gap here. So really your short entry right there at the 630. And you got a nice little 447. Tomorrow, I'm really going to try my best to, if I enter, I may just, I may go back and back test these gap entries and see how often they fail on the 3-minute chart. Because, I haven't really done that, my back testing, to see how often they actually fail on the 3-minute chart. Because if you had entered here, it never really offered another entry, possibly here. Possibly could have got short there at the 58. What was I doing? I'm getting long at the 58 like an idiot. Another sell-off, then another trade back up into the gap here. So it's kind of easy to see here looking back, but we're all millionaires in hindsight, right? It's the famous saying, easy to trade after the facts. If you haven't already, hit that like button, subscribe, hit the bell to follow along. Kind of go over, if you're new here. So I'm trading a 50K Apex and a 50K Top Step account. I am in step 2 on the Top Step. I think you can see that on the, you might not be able to see it, but I'm in step 2. I'll drag it down for you right quick. On the Top Step there, you can see the step 2. And we are up $82 today on the Top Step account. Current equity on that account is $51,600. So about $400, $1,400 away from being funded on the Top Step. The Apex account, we're up $574 today, but we took a big $1,275 loss yesterday. So equity on that account is now $50,869 if we don't take any more trades today, which we're going to. We'll definitely be taking some more trades. For sure on this step 2 account for Top Step, but the Apex account will probably take some trades this afternoon as well. So, Bobby, what do you think of the catalyst was for the downtrend? I seen this news at 9:33. Fed to hike Fed funds rate at least once more in 2023, say 32 of 86 economists. And 8 say June 24th of July. I really don't know, to be honest with you, Bobby. Honestly, I was speaking with my my cousin this morning, who also trades, and was kind of expecting this setup to happen today, just as it did yesterday, because this is the exact same thing that happened. We push up early, and then we sell off late, and then you know, overnight we sold off, and then we kind of retraced the move back to the open. So if we switch over to the daily, you can kind of, I don't know if it'll show that on the daily, maybe the hourly. And you can see yesterday, very similar, almost exact. I mean, 8 a.m. we push up, we sell off in the morning, we sell off all day. 6 p.m. comes, we continue to sell, and then we just kind of, we bounced out of it, I guess, around, what was it, 4 a.m. overnight. Kind of, what is today? Yeah, 6/6. So here's yesterday morning. So we push up, we sell off. You know, the rest of the day we kind of pushed back up. Sold off overnight, pushed back up into the open. Same setup, push up, bigger sell off. Much bigger sell-off there today, though. So maybe we rally into the afternoon and kind of retrace at least 50% of this move or something by the end of the day. Trade back up into the 550s. And then I guess the last 4 weeks, 5 weeks, I think, 4 of the 5 weeks we've pumped on Thursday and Friday. So possibility for that to happen again. I don't really try to guess the market. I just kind of just trade the price action. Appreciate that, Bobby. Doing the best I can. I'm certainly not an expert, so by any means. Just trying to find some consistency. The biggest problem with me is following my rules. If I follow the rules, I tend to do okay. If I don't follow the rules, I get punished. We don't like to be punished. We learned that as a kid. Let's not be punished, right? Punishments are not fun. So you're mainly a technical trader, but like to see any fundamentals that are feeding into the market. Yeah, I get that. I'm still trying to improve on my technical analysis. It's, you know, it's rough at best, but I do kind of have a pretty good understanding of how the news affects the market now. When I first started, I really didn't. I did a lot of kind of gambling. I would just try to jump into that initial burst, and I got burned quite a bit. So there were days where I blew accounts just on the news and it took me a couple of weeks to realize that's not the way to do it. So nice bounce out of this area here. Very nice bounce out of it. Back above 88 on the ES here, then bulls might be able to take the reins again. Alrighty. Yeah, I mainly just trade the price action. I mean, sometimes it burns me. But, I mean, I look for my setups. You know, I try to look for the setups, but then I don't trust them. I mean, like this trade here, you know, that I just took. I mean, that's just something that I said I wasn't going to do today, and then I did it here. Now, obviously, I'd be stopped out at this point, but, you know, short from the 82, looking for the 77 move. I put my stop at 88. I had my stop up here at 88, so, you know, never would have got stopped out. Just kind of panicked, didn't want to lose $300, so I was like, okay, I'm just going to move my stop back down. Stop me out, and then what does it do immediately? Just start to sell off. And if I was going to take this trade, obviously the entry is right there at 87.25. So 87.25 down to 78.50. You know, I'm at least getting my 5 handles on that there setup. But every single day I look back and I just kick myself because I'm like, why in the world am I not trusting the setups? But just trying to improve. This shows, though, I mean, even when you miss, you know, as long as you don't do any stupid trades, which, you know, I'm not immune to those. This one here, like, why was I trying to get long here? Why? There's no reason here to be getting long. Especially on the smaller time frame, I can see there's a fair value gap there we traded right back up into, but should have been short from here. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go back tonight and kind of look and see where I could make some improvements and try to put those into play. All right, got a little push up here, maybe just to sell back off. Kind of traded back up into this fair value gap again here. So possibly come back down and retest these lows again. Failed to get above 88 there on the ES. Similar type setup here on the Nasdaq. Kind of traded into this smaller gap here. Now kind of selling down. See if this is just a pullback kind of into this small gap that it created here, maybe for a move higher, possibly. I mean, that's a very tiny gap, but on the smaller time frames, a little more visible. It's already into the gap on the smaller time frame. You do have a market structure shift there on the smaller time frame as well. I don't necessarily trust those as much, but might just get this pullback here to kind of bounce out of this and continue higher. You know, a lot of times during that lunch hour, once we approach lunch, you kind of start to get a little bit of a reversal from that morning move. So kind of a straight down move this morning. Yeah, Bobby, on the NQ, it just depends on what account I'm on. I mostly just trade the one contract. Yesterday afternoon, we don't really want to talk about it, but I'll tell you anyway. I was trading, I think at one point, 5 contracts, and I did enter one trade with 10. Don't ask me why. It's just complete stupidity. So I try to limit myself to one contract, especially on the top step, because the daily drawdown is only $1,000. So if you take a loss, you take a 20-point loss with two contracts, that's $400. So I'm sorry, a 10-point loss with two contracts, $400. So for that reason, I try to just stick with one contract on top step. Now on the Apex, since you have the $2,500 intraday drawdown, I sometimes will use two. The problem was today, I entered today with, I only had $700 in room from the drawdown. So now we're up to $1,370. So I only used one today. Well, actually, I used two at that trade at open. I did. That's right. I did use two. So the open trades I feel a little more comfortable with. So I did use two here. Trying to leave one on for a runner there. Just took one off. I mean, that first one was supposed to come off at 10, but I guess my math was bad. And then obviously took the 20 handles on that one. So yeah, on the initial move of the day, I'll use two. But for the most part, I'm supposed to just be sticking to one. I don't know what I was thinking yesterday afternoon. I just had a complete meltdown. Luckily, I didn't touch the Top Step account, though. I just stuck to the Apex. Yeah, I was using the 2000 tick chart at one time. On the ES, just to kind of speed it up a little bit, get a little more, a little quicker information. So yeah, that was the thing yesterday. And I shouldn't think that way. I was like, oh, it's only a $40 account. If I blow it, who cares? But I was only $1,200 away from the from the funded from the $3,000 profit goal, and so my thought was like, let's just get there in one quick trade. But you have to trade 10 days anyway, so it really didn't make any sense to do that. So kind of stupid. And really, getting funded on the Top Step account, it's going to make a little more sense initially, just because as soon as I hit 3K in profit on that account, I'll be funded. Then you only have to have the 5 $100 trading days in order to get a payout there. So, I can get to pay out a little quicker on the Top Step account than I can on the Apex anyway. So I've been taking it slow on the Top Step account. I did have one bad losing day on that last Thursday. I lost $1,000 on that one, and that was just over traded in the morning. I ended the stream, I think, at negative $600, and then took more trades off stream. The key to that is probably just not trade off stream, I guess. Keep that accountability. Don't want to look too much like an idiot on stream, if I can avoid it. I'm sure I still do in some scenarios, but try to avoid it. Yeah. Watching for a possible high-low on NQ to go higher if it forms up. Yeah, I certainly feel like we're probably going to bounce out of this area. It's kind of what I'm thinking here. I like for us to get above 500, possibly move above the 20 SMA, trade through this gap here strong. Maybe move back up into this 15,560 area by the end of the day. You know what the market likes to do, though? It likes to make a low. Okay, let's get these longs in here, trap them, come back down, take out their stops that are going to be below the low a day there before kind of going higher. So I'm going to give it a few minutes here, see if we can't get a setup. If you haven't already, hit that like button for me. Subscribe if you haven't. Turn on the bell notification so you're notified when I go live or whenever I drop a video. Again, we do have full transparency on this channel, so we're going to show you our profit and loss every day, win or lose, good, bad, and ugly. And, Just going to do our best to pass these evals. Currently in the 50K top step eval, step 2, and in the Apex 50K eval also. You can see my P&L here on the chart. The one on the left is for the top step. One on the right is for the Apex. And current equity in the Apex, 50,869. Current equity in the top step, 51,603. I do a recap video every day at the end of the day, and also a weekly recap at the end of the week. So if you guys are interested in the interested in the Apex, I do have a discount code there at the top of the banner. Give you 80% off any eval that you might sign up for. It's not easy to make perfect trades every time, so I do understand because I make mistakes all the time. But if we make more money than lose, it's all that counts for the bottom line. Yeah, and that was my problem yesterday, Bobby. I was up $600, $300 on each account basically, and I took a trade that took me to break even on the Apex account, and then I immediately took a revenge trade and lost like $300. And I just I quit the stream at that point. There was no shame in just being up 300 on one account and break even on the other. And so I don't know why I felt like I had to get that money back right away. And so I took that revenge trade. Basically, I was long. I got stopped out. Or I think I was short and I got stopped out short, and then I went long immediately. Or I think it was actually I was long and I got stopped out and then I went short immediately. And then I got stopped out for a loss on that one because it was just a reversal. So those are the types of things that I got to stop doing. My win percentage is about 60, usually hovers around 65%. But if your risk to reward is right, then risk to reward is correct, then you're still going to make money at 60%. You can even make money at 50% if your risk to reward is correct. So you don't have to, you don't have to be right every time. So yeah, if I can make that's correct, Bobby. And that's the thing. Like my original goal is just $300 a day, and then eventually I want to get 5, 6, 7, maybe 10 accounts, and then we can just trade copy and keep the same goal, trade the same way, and make some nice money. I figured I'd just start off with one Apex account just to see how I liked it, because I wasn't 100% sure about that intraday drawdown, whether that's something I could deal with or not. But now that I've had the account, I like it. So before the June 12th deadline, I'll probably sign up for, maybe 4 more accounts and just start off with 5. Just turn on that trade copier and try to get them all funded, at least the 4 at the same time. Maybe I'll have this one funded before the 12th. We'll see. If we don't have any more crazy setbacks like we did yesterday, then we'll be okay. All right, ES moving back down here. Looks like NQ is also going to kind of either double bottom or take these stops that are going to be resting below this area. Kind of trap some people here. Traps me a lot, so. Kind of bouncing out there. Didn't really take. I don't see how this double bottoms here. It should pierce this liquidity. I mean, I guess it could double bottom just to come back and take it later, but I don't see how it does that. Trying to show you guys my dog and show you what you're hearing barking, but he's not wanting to come near me this morning. I don't know why. All right, we're bouncing out of there, so maybe we are going to leave that liquidity there and just kind of go. All right, he's refusing to come over here. He's laying on his bed all comfy, and he said he can't be bothered. He can't be bothered. Just a bother to him. All right. Oh, you're stop shorting and looking for longs here. Yeah, you're right. I mean, I feel like you're probably right. Probably have found a bottom here for possible move back up. Just got to wait for it to happen. I mean, I keep things simple, so a lot of times I'll just, just draw a line really there. Just wait for a breakout. Maybe if we pierce that 500 level here, we'd be above the 20 SMA. Possible move on up. Could be long now, though. The only thing I don't like is the fact that it left these relatively equal lows down here. That's kind of a little scary. Really need the ES to break out above 88 there. If we can break 88, I think the bulls kind of get back in control there. All right, kind of broke out of that trend line there, but now it's kind of pulling back. So that's kind of the kick in the pants of that. Yeah, this is what makes me feel bad when I go back and look and I see that I shorted at the 87. So I shorted at 587. We moved down to 447. I got to grow some stones. I got to grow some stones and start holding these trades. Don't look for a measly 8-10 points. We need a 100-point move here. It'll happen eventually. That goes back to kind of what you were talking about there, Bobby, using one contract. It's tough to hold it that long with one contract. If I have two and I can take one off, take one off at 15 or 20 points, and then you can just put the other one at break even and let it run. It's really what I should do. Let's see. I would like to use the minis maybe, or the micros on Top Step, but Top Step, they don't allow you. They only allow you to use two micros until you break maybe $1,500 in profit on step 2. And then I think they only let you use 5 micros. So I wish they had a little more leeway. I don't know why they have such a why they treat micros the same as minis, because they're not the same. But that's what they do. So if they allowed a little more micro use there, then that would be something I would probably do. Change my strategy a little bit so that I could just take some off and leave some on. Take some off and leave 1 or 2 on. Well, trying to see if this market will offer us something before we take us a lunch here. We're at our target for the day on Apex, but we got a little bit of work to do here on Top Step. If you don't know, if you're new here, then I will be trading today between 2 and 4 p.m. Kind of looking for the silver bullet setup. Hopefully I can capitalize on that. Yeah, I try to do that every day, Bobby, but every day I look at it and then I get mad because I just don't do that. Jack, so the micros, so basically the minis on the ES are $50 a point. So for every 83 to 84 it would be $50. The micros on the ES would be $5 a point. So from 83 to 84 would only be $5. And then on the Nasdaq, every point on the minis is $20 a point. So 22 to 23 would be $20. And I think, I'm not even 100% sure on the micros on the Nasdaq. I think is it also $5 or is it might be, let's see, or is it 125? I think it's $1.25 a point on the micros on the Nasdaq, if I'm not mistaken. We could find out right quick. Let's find out. Let's see. Yeah, Apex, you got a lot of leeway on using the micros, for sure. I don't know. I just think it's easier for me just to use the 2 contracts when I can. But I probably should be looking at the micros on Apex and devise a strategy for that. You're probably right. Let's see. Is this... let me look and see. I'm curious now. I don't know why I don't know that. I think it's 125 a point, but I'm not 100% sure per micro. Oh, I'm on the ES here. Yeah, I think it's 125 a point. Okay, Bobby, 125 per point. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Couldn't remember. I very rarely use the micros on the NQ. I have before just to reduce risk, but I couldn't remember what it was. I thought it was 125 a point per contract. So yeah, I mean, think about if I use the micros on the NQ with the top step. $2.50 a point instead of $20 a point. Pretty large difference. And then the $5 or $10 per point on the ES instead of 50. It's also a pretty large difference there. So could use 10, I guess, micros on Apex, and it would still be $50 a point. Take 5 off at maybe 5 handles and let the other 5 run. That would be an option. Well, the fees on the micros are going to be less, but total, I guess I would have to look and see. All right, it's trying here to break out. Approaching the 20 SMA there on the NQ, and the ES is trying to retest that 88 level there. See if we can get a push through here. Maybe look for us an entry. I mean, theoretically, I guess could already be long with the stop back down here, but actually that's a pretty big stop. All right, so breaking through the 90 level here. Let's see what happens on the ES at 88. That's kind of my concern there. And then, of course, we're going to be approaching the 14,500 kind of psych level here. Resistance. Just got to be aware of that too. Might just get a nice burst through here. Is it $2 for commissions or whatever? No. the commission for the micros, man, I want to say it's 40 cents per contract round trip. And then they're much smaller. So if you use 10, it comes out to be about the same round trip, about $4. So, but one, it's about a tenth of the price for one. So if it's $4 round trip, it's usually about 40 cents round trip. Thinking about taking a long here if we break above 500. Actually, let's see here. It's kind of testing this 88 level here. I think we might get this quick push up. The problem is I'd like to get it above 10. Get above 10, we're going to probably take a stab at it. We can get a strong move above 510 here. Kind of getting a small rejection here at the 500 level, which is to be expected there. Well, a little larger rejection there than I expected. I think we'll probably get this pushed through here this time, though. All right. We're going to take it. Risking the bottom of this candle here, so trying to get this pushed through here. Risking 8 handles, $160. So if we don't get it, we'll be down a little bit there, but I think we can get this pushed through here. All right, I'm going to go ahead and take the risk off here. Looking for more. Let's get through this area strong here. All right, we're going to go ahead and lock in a little bit here. 98.50, I think, 5 handles. There we go. So we're locking in our 5. Once we get over $200 here, we'll lock in a little more. All right, let's go ahead and move it up a little more there. Let's go ahead and lock in 10, actually. All right, there's 10 handles. So can't lose on this. Can't lose less than 2, or we're at least going to make $200 on this trade. Actually, let's do 220. That way we'll be at our goal for the day. All right, I probably kind of rode that up a little too tight, but that's okay. I think this is probably going to move at least up into this 26 level before it kind of pulls back, maybe the 22. But pretty happy with that trade. So that puts us up 298 in the Top Step account and 574 in the Apex account there. Kind of not super happy with how I managed that trade. Could have gave it a little more room, but when you're a little bit gun shy, that you just lock in those profits when you can. Just gotta lock them in when you can. 94 cents per micro with the with your broker. Yeah, I mean that's that's better than $2, but better than $2 for sure. Well, if you guys haven't already, go ahead and hit that like button, subscribe. I think that's going to wrap it up for me. We're at 11:35. So this morning session, we're up $875 basically. Kind of got back our loss from yesterday. I think we were down $870 yesterday. So going to try to push into the profits this afternoon. I will be live at 2 p.m. So join me back here at 2 p.m. today. And I'll see you guys then. Thanks for tuning in.